Now, you've made your scrunchies, but will people really buy them? That is what we want to talk about today as we explore the different tips you can use as a beginner so you make sure you make things that people actually buy. So to begin with, number one tip as a beginner, take keen note of your finishing. What do I mean by finishing? When I say finishing, you remember in the other video, I told you that myself, I prefer doing the scrunchy rope like this. So I leave a small opening here to take in the elastic, then I seal it up afterwards, as opposed to this lengthwise method whereby you leave two different openings, then use one to insert the elastic. This one also works, yes, but for me, I find the finishing not that good. So, like this one, you see, there are two different ways to make it. So me, I prefer these. And these will determine your finishing. For example, let us look at this finishing. You see, this finishing here. Now this one is for the round one. If you sew your scrunchy rope like this. If you sew your scrunchy rope like this, you'll end up with this width-wise finishing. I love it. It looks nice. Nice. Now, compare this finishing with this finishing. You see, this is now the lengthwise. If we go this route, if you sew your scrunchies like this, you'll be forced now to bring it together like this, and you will end up with a finishing like this one. I hope you can differentiate the two. You can see the difference. This one is widthwise, this one lengthwise. You see? Personally, I prefer this finishing. It's a clean one for me as opposed to this, but they all work. I don't know, there are some customers who don't really pay attention to the type of finishing you have. So that is it for finishing. The second tip as a beginner is fabric choice. Remember I said you can use any fabric, any material to make your scrunchie. For instance, like this one is a satin fabric. It makes a nice scrunchie as well. But look at this. This is pure cotton. Pure cotton. It also makes a nice scrunchie. Then this one is chiffon fabric. And some customers prefer these. It also makes a nice scrunchie. So basically, any fabric you can use to make your scrunchie. So as you choose or decide on the fabric that you're going to use, go with the popular one as opposed to your personal choice. Because now you know, here you're going to deal with customers. You're dealing with customers, not you yourself. But for me, honestly, as I was starting out, I went with my choice, something that I liked. And I landed with satin. But as I continued selling, I got customers who specifically requested for chiffon. You see? Number one, remember, neat finishing. Go for this finishing, this type of finishing, as opposed to the widthwise one. Number two is fabric choice. Go with the popular choice, the popular fabric in the market, what people love. But remember also, as you continue sewing, as you continue with your scrunchie business, now your customers will dictate the type of material you'll use, because they'll be the ones telling you what they prefer. Third tip as a beginner to ensure that you make scrunchies that actually sell is size. Size of the scrunchie. Remember, we explored different sizes. There are different sizes of scrunchies. We have the mini one, then we have the medium. When I say mini, mini is like this one. This one now is mini. You see, it's small. Then this one is medium size. This one is medium size. Even this is medium size. Then now we have large size. This one is a large size. This one is a large size scrunchie. Then this one is extra large. Extra large. So as you start out as a beginner, please try as much as possible to stick to one size first, because you're still testing the market. And that size, you'd rather go with a medium size scrunchie. Medium size scrunchie will give you a 4.5 inches. That means you'll cut 4.5 inches for the width and length 42 inches. There's a video I made about the scrunchie size. Actually, it's a short. You can go to the channel and have a look at it. This one is also a medium size scrunchie. So as you start out as a beginner, please try as much as possible to stick to medium size. Medium size will do you well. It will give you easy, it will make your work easier when it comes to pricing and everything. Now, as you continue, you'll realize that there are some customers who prefer midi size, midi or mini size. Now, that one should not disturb or worry you at this point. You just begin with medium size, which is 4.5 inches by 42 inches. Or if you want, you can go with 3.5 inches by 42 inches. Now you choose. You can make one and see how it comes out, then the one that you prefer. But as you start out, please steer off the big sizes, the extra large sizes, unless you have an order. Then the fourth tip to help you as a beginner to ensure that you make scrunchies that actually sell is elastic comfort. In all your scrunchies, regardless of the size that you're going to make, 7 inches will do. 7 inches of the elastic band will do. That is perfect for all the sizes. So for elastic, don't worry. That one is comfortable regardless of the sizes. You see, this one is extra large, but the size, the length of the elastic band still the same. It works all across. Then the fifth and the last tip to ensure that you make scrunchies that sell as a beginner is color combinations. For me right now, I'm not so much into color combinations because I'm still at the early stages of my business. But it is something I'm thinking of exploring. Color combinations. For instance, mixing two colors. I know I don't have a perfect one to give you the perfect example right here, right now, but there's scrunchies you can combine two colors. For instance, you can cut two fabrics. One maybe is royal blue and the other one is, let's say, this cream. So we'll find one side is royal blue, one side is cream, white cream. So if you sew them together, then you make a scrunchie, the combination will come out nicely. You'll have royal blue and white cream or cream white. So those are the tips I'd like to equip you with as a beginner, to make sure you don't worry, to make sure the scrunchies that you're making as you start out, your customers will actually love them and buy them. Keep in mind as you start out that you don't need to be perfect. All you need is to make something wearable, something likable. No need for perfection at this point. All you need is to make something wearable. Remember, you will improve with feedback from your customers. They're the ones who will inform your next scrunchies. You'll know the mistakes that you made through the feedback you get from your customers. So don't worry. On your first scrunchies, don't worry. Just make sure they are wearable. No perfection. And I have to tell you that your first scrunchies won't be flawless. Yes, they won't be flawless. They'll have mistakes. But these are things that you look back to one day and just smile off, because they'll be a testament of where you've come from, the hard work you've been pumping in. So keep on, keep on, keep on, keep on with the good work. Your motto should be progress beats perfection. That is it. That is everything you need right now. So if you are worried you're just starting out as a scrunchie maker, please don't worry. Make a few, sell them. And if you are ready to start selling your scrunchies as a beginner, you have that small fear in you, just drop down a comment here saying ready, and we'll go ready with you to sell our scrunchies. Until our next video, bye. Make sure you sell those scrunchies, you put them out there for people to see, and subscribe for more from Byron. Thank you for your time.